Good evening and welcome to a late night edition of 3 Points and a Poem. I am your host, Monica Leek, and we are here to share with you from a brief message from Psalms 20, and again, a poem that connects to the passage. So, 3 points in a poem is a broadcast where we look at the text and we collide and intersect with the creative through poetry. So tonight's passage comes from Psalms 20, and it reads from the NRSV. The Lord answer you in the day of trouble. The name of the God of Jacob protect you. May he send you help from the sanctuary and give you support from Zion. May he remember all your offerings and regard with favor your burnt sacrifices. And we are reminded with the Selah to pause and think on these things. So the verses in our hearing were verses 1-3 of Psalms chapter division of Psalms 20, verses 1-3. So our 3 points for this passage and thought is that in the time of trouble, one, he will answer. The questions that are in the depths of your soul, the answers to the questions you haven't even given voice to, the what, the where, the when, the why, and how questions, God will answer, and the answer is coming from his house to get you. From the holy place straight to you, God will answer. In the time of trouble, God will answer. So that's your point one. Point two, he will send you help from the sanctuary and give you support. So you've got support from the north, south, east, and west coming. Help is on the way. You are not in this thing by yourself. You may not see where the source of support is coming from. The financial resources, the human resources, the tangible needs that you may have for a project or something you're trying to get off of the ground. Help is on the way. Help that will lift up your arms and will not drain. Help that will ask what they can do and will not leech. Help that will hear and speak truth. Help that will walk alongside you on the journey. God is sending help, and that help is coming from his sanctuary, coming from the very throne room of God. Help is on the way. That's your point two for this evening. Point number three is that he remembers all your offerings and regards with favor your burnt sacrifices. He remembers. God remembers the nights you cried yourself to sleep. God remembers the time you went without so that your children might have. God remembers the seeds that you have sown. He remembers the prayers. He remembers your praise. He remembers your offers of thanksgiving. He remembers the times and seasons of fasting. He remembers the times of unemployment. He remembers the times when you gave your last dime. He remembers the times when you shared from out of your need, even your own need. He remembers the work and your labor of love, even in the times when you yourself was struggling. God remembers, and he recognizes, and he knows you. He recognizes your worship. He knows you by name, and even to the very number of hairs on your head. God remembers in the time of trouble. So your 3 points. God will answer. God will send you help. And God will remember. So to wrap it all up in a nice, pretty boy, in a pretty poem, here we go. In the time of trouble, the questions in your heart, the questions in your mind, the questions in your very soul, the questions that keep you up at night, the questions that greet you when you rise in the morning, the questions in the time of trouble, the questions the Lord will answer. The Lord will answer. In the time of trouble, help comes from the Lord maker of the heavens and earth. The Lord will send help. Not weight, not crosses, not heavy burdens, but help that assists, help that comforts, help that supports and aids, help that encourages, help that guides, help that follows through actions with word. The Lord will send help from the sanctuary. He will send help, and it will come from the holy place. In the time of trouble, the Lord will send help. In the time of trouble, God remembers. He remembers your giving. He remembers your sacrifice. He remembers sacrifice of time. He remembers the sacrifice of your gifts. He remembers the sacrifice of your talents. He remembers the going without for others to have. He remembers your offering of love and service, the offerings of thanksgiving and praise, the offerings of comfort and safety, providing that hand to hold, heart to understand, and listening ear. God remembers. In the time of trouble, the Lord will answer. The Lord will send help. The Lord will remember. For the Lord is God. The Lord is God. The Lord is God. So that is your 3 points and your poem for this evening. Hopefully and prayerfully you got something out of it. Be sure if you get a chance to share this out with others, as we will be doing this. Thursday night is our time, and normally we try to be on a little bit early, but this was like a late night, able to get everything together and set up. So we were here later tonight than expected, but we are here on Thursday evening. So Thursday, mark your calendars for Thursday for 3 points and a poem to catch it, whether live or replay, and we'll post our regular normal time of sharing. So glad that you were able to join us. Remember to share. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter at MLeak Poetry, and encourage you to check out something that we are doing in partnership with My Sister's Keeper, which is a 501c3 based out in California, along with Prepare to Adult, which is based here in the DMV area in Virginia. We are hosting Compass Conference 2021. It is designed for high school juniors and seniors and college students. We're going to help them navigate now for their next by connecting, organizing, managing, plan, action, and strategize and success. And we're going to do all of that in an amazing conference with some outstanding speakers. If you didn't get a chance to catch the Facebook Live on tonight, Dr. Karji Johnson it was on tonight doing a live, and she's doing a presentation for us. She's the education equalizer, and so we're so glad to have her on board as one of our speakers. And we've got some exciting things that will be happening as a result of this conference. So if you want to sponsor a student, check out our Fundly link, which is on, you see Roland scrolling across our page to support this conference, because we definitely want it to be free for our high school juniors and seniors and college students. So we want this to be, it's going to be totally virtual, and we want to keep the cost low. If you are a business or have a business and can offer a service to our high school students and young adults, hit me up, direct message me, and we could talk about sponsorships. We talk about vendor opportunities for this conference. All right, because we've got partial scholarships that we want to give away. We've got book scholarships that we want to give away, and even larger scholarships, I believe, are possible. So, and if you've got goods or services, if you're a coach and you want to provide a professional development session or a coaching support session or a life planning session, hit me up, direct message me, and you can connect with me. This is a season of collaboration and doing things in an excellent way, and we can do that more so when we work together. So thank you so much for joining me tonight for 3 Points in a Poem. If you didn't catch it at the beginning, please go back and replay. We came from Psalms 20 on tonight. And of course, as always, we try to tie it up in a nice, pretty bow with a poem that ties to the passage. So 3 Points in a Poem, Thursday evenings, live here on Facebook, my YouTube, and we'll probably upload to Instagram. We'll see how we'll do all that. But thanks for joining us, and until next time, have a blessed and wonderful evening.